A few days ago, a man walked up to me with a piece of paper. I was sitting at a coffee shop outside on a patio, and he came up to me very quickly, and he looked me directly in the eye, and he said, "Here you go, bro. I do haircuts around here. Hit me up if you need a cut." Now, usually the community I'm from, you would take that as an insult. Like, whoa, 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 what do you mean I need a cut? However, the expression on his face and the way that he approached me and the movement and just the way he looked me in the eye and the way he spoke, the tone of his voice, he meant it. He actually meant it. And immediately I wanted to deliver this message to you that there is, I don't want to say there's nothing more powerful than, but the power of conviction is something that is so high vibration. It is so contagious. It is so influential. It is so powerful that it can gather a perfect stranger. It can gather the attention of a perfect stranger. It can gather the interests or the genuine curiosity of a stranger. And it's not just to garner attention or say, ooh, look at me or look at this. It's a genuine interest to connect. And what this man did was he reminded me the power of the act of conviction. And in your space, in your craft, in your art, in your family, in your circle, in your friendship, at your work, whatever it may be, most of all, starting within you, we'll get into that in a little bit. Where is your conviction? Are you expressing conviction day to day? And I'll give an example of where conviction was lost on me. I used to utilize sarcasm. I still do it. Me and my friends were sarcastic all the time, but I used to utilize it to fill in spaces where I did not have conviction, and I felt a lack of it, and I felt I needed to make up for it. So the question then goes to you: where is your lack of conviction, if at all? If at all, maybe you have total conviction, but that might not be the reason why you're watching this video. When you have conviction, when you act with conviction, it's not just to garner some type of attention or curiosity or whatever. In the last video, we talked about the 3 A's and how you can essentially monetize just being yourself. And the final one was the first one was authenticity, autonomy, and then taking action. But the thing that I left out at the end is that it's being of service. It's that you're genuinely going to be of service. You're going to serve first. You're going to help. You're going to support. You're going to reach out. This isn't about you. You're essentially, you've done the work, so now you can be selfless. You've done the work on yourself, so now you can help others. And we can't help others until we help ourselves. So the idea is that when we have conviction, we're expressing that we've done the work here, and now I want to help you out. I want to lend my skills to you. I want to make an exchange, monetary exchange, my skills for your money. And I believe in myself enough that I'm going to walk up to you on the street randomly and hand you a piece of paper for a haircut. A haircut just alone, like somebody saying like, oh, I can do great haircuts. I give great haircuts, whatever. Like that is a statement in and of itself that wouldn't really, for me, be like, oh, cool, I guess I'll check you out. The person I get haircuts from now, he had to tell me that he had just become a barber for 2 or 3 years, even longer, before I finally went to his barbershop. But this man within 5 seconds, handed me a flyer and said, I'll hook you up. I'm gonna give you a great haircut. I was convinced right away because he spoke with conviction. And now this takes me back to when I used to hand out flyers for shows. And I remember seeing somebody get off stage at First Avenue who had just sold it out, get outside and hand out flyers for the next show because that person believes in themselves. They had full belief. There was no end to the hustle. There was no rest. There was no celebration. It was, I believe in myself. Here's my flyer. You just saw me on stage, but I'd like you to come to the next show. I'd like you to see it again. And that act of conviction is so powerful. Not only is it bringing in or attracting people towards your craft, it's attracting you towards your craft as well. And there's nothing like having a stack of flyers, standing outside of a show and getting rid of all of them, giving them to everybody you can, because it's not just showing people that you believe in your show, you believe in your craft, you believe in your skill. It's you showing yourself that you believe you can do it, that you believe you are the person that you say you are, that you've dreamt to be, that you've wanted to be. And I very quickly wanted to make this video just to speak on that man giving me the flyer, that small, what's appeared to be a small act, really wasn't. It was huge. It was a giant moment where, oh wow. And he's going up to a perfect stranger, mind you. Now, handing off a flyer to your friends is fairly simple. You know where they're going to be. You hand it to them. There's no shame. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, But handing it to a perfect stranger, even in music, that's a tough thing to do. To do it for haircuts, for me, it's a whole nother level. So think about where conviction can be raised up or just vaguely present in your life. Where can you have more conviction? And not this inauthentic, faux conviction, just beating your chest or even faking it till you make it, but truly believing in yourself, because there is no form of authenticity. There's no form of inauthenticity that won't be picked up on in that exchange. If that man did not believe in himself in one way or another, I would have picked up on it, wouldn't be making this video. If there were a fiber of him that didn't fully believe in his skill, would have picked up on it, wouldn't have been making this video. Wouldn't have still kept the flyer. I'm probably gonna go get a haircut from him next week or so, because your boy needs one right now. But when you have conviction, when you act with conviction, and we don't have conviction all the time, okay? Mind you that. But understand that harnessing these beliefs in our subconscious, doing the work where we can start to hone our confidence in our subconscious and in ourselves and just build it up. We don't have to say it multiple times. We can say it once and just live by it. Where can we start to build that conviction that can start to act and circulate through our craft to the point that people outside of us can feel it? In the last one, we talk about cause and effect. You're not just going to start acting convicted, affecting an effect. You have to start the work in here. That guy did a lot of work in here, and he's done a lot of work, I bet, to get to that point that he could just hand a flyer to somebody. So that's part of it. The handing off of the flyer is the effect, but also the cause is him believing in himself far before he ever met me to give me that flyer. Where can you start now with the belief in yourself before you start acting with conviction in your craft?